So getting ready for this big exciting day today. Yesterday was a door is what it was. Yesterday in the games that they had represented a door, because what's getting ready to happen is that getting ready to visa a lot of debt. It's a long story. A lot of people may not understand it, but these sports scorers, like I was saying before, tell a story. They're a part of a long play. And right now, like I say, I'm in a monetization. They call it like a war. And it's hard to go to war with ignorant people, man, because it's like you don't really know a lot of shit when it comes to like figures and units, yet you want to keep constantly debating me over numbers, because to these people, all they know is, turn on a rap video, see 1 million or 1 billion views. That's all they can really resonate with, or see a K or whatever the case, a K behind your views, and that's all they could resonate with. But it's like eventually I'm going to have to do this, I see, but I can actually take a YouTube page and show you how this is actually financed. This is what, I'm saying, this is a talent that I have, meaning that I can take a YouTube page and the views and give you an example, like while you sitting there watching a video, whoever, whatever rapper or singer or whoever, how this is actually monetized. And it's really revolutionary how I'm doing it, and this is why they hate me. So like, this is essentially what's going on. So like, first they want to call me a zero and this and that, and I've been to zero. So now, yesterday, you notice no zeros drop. So usually when those zeros drop, these people that don't understand the mechanics of the underworld, they just look at it like, oh, it's just free money, and you're just, you're just nothing. Essentially is what it is. Like, you're nothing because no zeros drop. So we're just going to finance you overnight. This is how they look at it. I mean, it's a game, man. It's a hustle. It's a lot of money involved in it, and it's a hustle. But nah, actually last night, my network actually won. We turned last night, pretty exciting, time or whatever, because we were able to actually turn a profit last night and was able to prove it. So what's going on now is that you have a scenario. I'll just kind of break it down like this. We won, but we lost the bottom though. So the bottom is out because you have a scenario right now with so you don't realize these sports scores and stuff like that, they tell a story, and they're telling a story from a perspective and a vision of an entrepreneur, or of a group of entrepreneurs is what it is, versus a group of working class people. This is really where I see the vision right now. And what's going on is that they're rigging the sports. The under the privileged people are now deciding to strive to rig the sports so that they don't have to deal with funding and finance, and they want to use sex as a form of payment. If they're like, in a scenario partnership or whatever the case may have you, they want to use that as a form of a payment to stay, to keep their hand in. Because when a hand ends, meaning that there's no zeros at the end of the night, like if you looked at last night's scorecards, there was 4 games, no zeros. When you see stuff like that, you know that that hand is in. Essentially is what it is. So it's no zero, so they have to prove big shitloads of money, right? So they use sex. But I finance, trust me, I finance. And even in the scenario, if I'm not in a relationship and I have no partner, I still can finance. And they hate this about me, but I can do it because I have the funds and the resources to be able to do it. And I see that the sex flag, and using sex to make payments and to bet in sports, I'm saying, is cool. It's cool to do it, but it's a lot of repercussions with it. And it's a lot of repercussions with it because it doesn't visa out money. If you notice in the term penis, you see the P. I'm going to break it down for you like this. In the term vagina, you see the V. And I'm going to have to do another episode on the sports scores or part 2 or something like that. So with the P and the V, these are even, this is even capital, meaning that you can't visa out or cash out. You're in. So a sex flag needs a financier, someone that's willing to essentially cash out or count the money out. Because if you don't have your financier, you're not going to get paid. Nobody's going to get paid. The economy's going to bust, so that's when zeros come up. So it's like, yeah, you can talk all of this stuff about what I do and how it's not worth anything, but I finance sex, yo. I finance sex, G. I'm not trying to be funny, and it's worth a lot of money. It makes me a shitload of money, even if I'm having sex or not. When I'm actually involved in it, I'm worth even more. Like, we just did this ritual, me and a group of people. I finance sex, G. So, and that's the only way out is to cash out. You got to have an account or a way to cash out. So this is what myself and other companies are there for. When people get involved in these rituals, this is how we're going to save you. And they don't like this new flag. This is a part of the astrology flag, because astrology flag is about sex. Astrology is about sex. And when you're an astrologer, you finance sex in addition to other things. So this is what it's about. I'm here for you guys, that are still interested in readings and things of that nature. I'm not saying that I'm not. I'm just very busy because I have to do this every night. I'm at this every single night. So come back up with more. As always, stay vigilant. Stay well rounded and grounded. And don't let these freaking haters scare you about numbers and figures. I want to talk more about this shit, but like I said, they're essentially paying off the police, and the police control the prompts and the printers, and this is what's buying them time, but I finance, so it's like we just gonna keep financing over again, because a lot of these people, see what it is that it's like this sex flag, I'm gonna shut down for real, it's like drugs to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that you just hooked to every night. You got to get fucked or you got to fuck somebody, right? So they like, man, please make the numbers end. They want it to end. They don't want zeros to come up because there's no money in it. So you need somebody like me. Don't try to write me out now. Stay vigilant. Keep the donations coming. Thank you. Namaste.